Okay. Hi, everybody.
No. I need to do my hair. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
No. I need to put my glasses on.
Ready? Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Sit and Knit for a Bit. This is our 5-minute spring edition with Arne and Carlos.
Yes, we are, as always, your hosts, Arne and Carlos. We have been coming in with a daily podcast for the past 10 days. Yeah. A 5-minute podcast, 5 minutes in Norwegian time, though, as you all may have recognized, Norwegian time may be slightly different, or it's just us that have too much on our mind and too much to say. I don't know what it is,
but it's...
Our 5 minutes tend to be very flexible, like an elastic, like a rubber band.
A rubber band.
Anyway, we are very, very happy to be back again for yet another entertaining session, we hope. We've been talking about all things Norwegian, all the stuff that we were going to be doing in the next few days. Yeah. Today is actually Saturday, and we are on March 27th. Yeah. So weekend's here, and many Norwegians, us included, are going to be enjoying Easter holidays. We won't be enjoying them until Tuesday, the 30th, because we still have to finish the podcast for you guys, and then we are doing a photo shoot. Yeah. But after that, we're going to have a lovely
that, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to put all the knitting and embroidery away, and I'm going to sit and relax and read.
Oh, yeah.
Books. I think I will try for once not to do any knitting or something.
Yeah, and
that
read.
Could be nice. I haven't done that for years.
Yeah, we're gonna read books, and during Easter, and actually I haven't found out anything about it, so there's not gonna be a history lesson today. But in Norway, for Easter, what kind of books are most popular?
It's always crime.
So quiz and crime.
And crime. Like this time of the year, there are a lot of good offers in the bookshops because you can have a lot of new crime or old crime, or it's always around Easter. It's the time for the crime. And can you imagine, like people go up to, like if you have a cottage in a very remote place,
or in the middle, or you live in the middle of nowhere, like we do,
and then you start reading crime at night, and like sometimes, like if you have an outdoor toilet,
if you have one of the simple cottages and you're reading your book,
that can be very scary.
Yeah, suddenly you need to go to the toilet, and that means you have to get dressed and go outside.
So that's scary.
Yeah,
but
I think that wasn't that your philosophy about your theory about why? Because we mentioned we mentioned earlier that the simple cabins have an outhouse with an outdoor toilet where you sit and do your business. And in some it's actually quite common to see in an outhouse 2 big halls and a little hall. It's like for the 2 adults and then the kids.
The old ones, the good ones, they have more than one.
And Arne has a theory about it.
I think it's because, especially in the winter, it's cold, and
Freya, moose.
And during Easter, it's also a little bit scary to go alone. So I think that's why you have more seats, so you can have company.
Yeah, that's your theory. So you're reading your theory is you're reading your crime novel. You're really scared. You have to go to the toilet, and then just to calm your nerves, you ask everybody else in the house to join you.
Yeah, you can bring your family. Yeah. But don't read crime in the outhouse. I think that's something you do indoors.
Yeah,
in the outhouse, you read old magazines.
You know, these outhouses are quite special. Many of them are decorated. Well, most of them are decorated with pictures of the royal family. And you know what? I know for a fact that the royal family of Norway, in their cabin, they have a cabin too. It's slightly bigger than most people's, but they actually have. They don't have running water, or they don't have facilities for toilets. So they also use an outhouse.
That's nice.
Although I doubt that theirs has pictures of themselves on the walls.
Probably not.
Or their relatives.
No. But I think we have that.
Yeah.
In our toilet. That just reminds me, we have pictures of our relatives in the toilet. But we're not royal.
No, that's true.
There's a picture of your great-grandmother and your grandfather.
It's not a picture, it's a drawing.
It's a drawing. It's a nice drawing, but it's in the bathroom.
Yeah, but if it were a picture, I would have, been a little bit embarrassed about having them kind of look at me while I was doing my business, but because it's a watercolor that my great grandfather did, I'm okay with that. And then we have a picture of King Haakon and Queen Maud, the current queens sorry, the current king's grandparents. They're on our
So
wall.
we have the royals in the bathroom.
Well, everybody
In the
does.
toilet. Everybody does. So,
Yeah.
well, that's nice.
Yeah.
But I think like, I don't know what it is with this crime thing in Norwegians because
Well, crime thing for Norwegians during Easter,
yeah,
because that's the
during
whole
Easter
thing.
because like we like to watch a lot of crime on TV
Yeah.
when we're at home.
And Easter is our favorite time because then they'll rerun all the old Poirot
Yeah.
and Agatha Christie's. All of them are going to be rerun every day in Easter.
It's always something English or Scandinavian.
Yeah, and then we can watch them on TV, and then the Norwegian Broadcasting Corporation will always get the latest one, whatever it is, from the UK, that they will also show, and we'll be watching them. And when we're not watching them, we're reading our other crime novels, and getting scared all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to know. I would like to know why this is an Easter thing. It's kind of fascinating.
It is fascinating, and it's kind of like every year without fail at this time of the year you get a big book sale where you can buy you can plan all the mystery novels or crime novels that you're going to be reading in Easter, and yeah, it's just a very characteristic thing for Norway when we celebrate Easter.
This reminds me of something.
What?
Like when I remember I was up in the out farm with some friends during an Easter once, many years ago, and we were very into telling ghost stories.
Mm-hmm.
That was also part of that Easter thing. We should be scared, so we told ghost stories one night.
Yeah,
I remember.
And were you scared?
You know what happened? Like we were sitting there, we were talking, and suddenly there was something like it's like an axe was
really?
placed in the logs of the cabin, like on the outside. It was like a dunk. What's that?
Yeah, like a slam something.
And we were like thinking, oh, there's someone crazy out there with an axe, and we were so scared. So like all of us had to go out with flashlights and check if there was someone out there. That was so spooky. And then we also went skiing for long time to the neighboring cottage or the neighboring out farm, because if there were people we went to see each other, and it was always in the evening, so we had to walk home after dark. Skiing after dark, that's
scary.
a little bit scary sometimes.
Unless it's at moonlight. If it's
it can even be scary if you have talked about ghosts or if you have read something spooky. It can be very scary.
Yeah.
But it's scary in a very... It's kind of like you get like adrenaline. Adrenaline kick of it, because it's scary, but it's also fascinating in a way.
I wonder if other cultures have the same thing for Easter, the whole crime novel. Actually there's a word for it, even a word. So it's påskekrim. Påske means Easter, and krim is just a short for kriminologi or
crime. Krim? It's crime.
Påskekrim, yeah.
Crime? Krim?
Yeah, Easter crime.
Easter crime.
So I was wondering, do you guys have that as well in your culture? Please put that in the comments below so that we can know more about what, if there's something, or if not, is there something specific that you guys do that we don't do? Like we've got our Easter crimes, like påskekrim. And speaking of those, the Scandinavian is very famous as well, huh?
And they are good.
The TV series from Scandinavia, the crime detective stories. We got a few favorites that we'd want to mention.
The Bridge is so good.
Yeah, The Bridge is very good. The Bridge is a Swedish-Danish production, and it is about a murder that takes place in the Öresundbron, the Öresund Bridge, and they find the body cut in two.
This is horrible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's horrible.
Half of the body.
Yeah, the body is cut in two, but you don't see it because you see the victim is lying on the bridge, and then the police realizes that the murderer has cut the body in two, and that half the body is on Danish territory, the other half of the body is in Swedish territory, and then they have to put together a detective from Sweden with a detective from Denmark, and then the detective from Sweden is a little bit of she's not like everybody else. She's like a savant or something.
Yeah.
And maybe she has some autistic.
She's very cool.
But she's incredibly cool. But she's very very kind of yeah, she's different. Yeah. And then it's the whole series is a very exciting thing, of course, very exciting and very well made. Yeah. But it's also that whole interaction between her and then a more kind of normal guy, or no, I mean, what is normal today? Yeah. But the guy is kind of like an ordinary police guy, and then it's their relationship, which is so exciting. Their dynamics.
So if you haven't seen it, you should really watch this series.
It is. So good. It has been remade into an American one, but it's not the American. I've seen on a plane once. I was curious and I saw the beginning, and it was not as good as the original one. Yeah, the original one.
It's really
very good. Very good. And then we have a second one that is really cool. It's called Forbrydelsen.
Yeah.
And in English, it's a Danish one. In English, it's called The Killing.
So that reminds me of Patsy and Edina. And this is
absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely, when Edina had these nightmares, she's lying in the bed and speaking.
She's dreaming. She dreams something. She's dreaming. She's part of the killing, the show. Yeah.
And then the girl from the killing is in the room with this famous sweater with the 8 roses on.
Yeah.
And who is it? Her daughter who's waking her up.
Yeah.
Because then she's like blah, blah, blah.
No. She's speaking.
And what are you doing? What are you doing?
No, she's speaking gibberish. She's speaking something that you don't even know what it is. And then Sarah Lund, who is the main person.
Sarah Lund, yeah.
She asks
her, what are you
doing? What are you saying? And she says, well, I'm speaking Danish. And then Sarah Lund says, no, you're not.
You're not. That's so funny. But that's also
for somebody who actually understands Danish, because it's a Scandinavian language, it's quite hilarious.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
Sarah Lund. A digression again?
A very big one, yeah. Anyway, Sarah Lund is the main character of this one, and she's a very meticulous investigator, and the killing kind of follows the police methodology and the way the police would, kind of from their point of view, when they're doing an investigation and when they're rounding up suspects, something turns up and it's super, super exciting. And Sarah Lund is most famous, as Arne said, for the beautiful sweater that she wears. That has the 8 roses. They did 3 seasons of The Killing.
Yeah.
And she wears a different sweater in each season.
I think the first season is the
most famous one, yeah. And then season 3 has, fun fact, our publisher in Denmark is also a TV actor, and he is actually in the 3rd season of The Killing.
That was cool. We just watched it one night and then we saw him.
And then the week after we were touring with him, and we were like, oh, we saw you on TV. Very, very cool.
But I looked in your book, the book you have taken out for Easter.
The one that I'm going to be reading. Yeah.
I read like a little bit of it because I just want to see what it's all about, and that was spooky.
Ooh.
I won't tell you, but the opening, it's really spooky.
I'm going to start reading that. We're going to give you the recommendation. We're not going to be telling you what we're reading until later on in Easter, because we want to read a little bit first, because otherwise we can't recommend if it's good or not. So we'll leave that for another day.
But yours is spooky.
Yeah? Well, we'll see about that. I'm going to start
reading.
You
will be scared.
The minute we hit holiday mode, I'm going to start reading my crime novel, and you have yours that you're reading.
I've started already.
Yeah, but we won't say more. You will find out on the 4th of March when we do our Easter special on.
And then we show the books, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We will.
But you have a spooky one. Okay.
Anyway,
I'm in the Easter mood right
now. Luckily we haven't reached that point when we are reading our crime stories. That should happen in the evening after it gets dark for extra.
We can't do it during daytime.
No, it has to be in the evening for extra excitement. So daytime, we're still up in the mountains, and we have a new mountain code today, don't we? There's 2 left.
I do the Norwegian one.
Okay.
Vän i tide, det ingen skam å snu.
Yeah. And here it says, don't be ashamed to turn around, but I'm going to change that a little bit. So read it again.
Vän i tide, det ingen skam å snu.
Okay, so turn around in time, because there's no shame to go back. So you turn back.
Oh, this was strange English.
Yeah, it was very strange English.
Don't be ashamed to turn around.
No, that's not. No. So basically what they say is that if you're walking and you're feeling that this is not working out and you're getting worried, it's better to just turn around in time and go back before it's too late, before you've gone so far that there's no way you'll be able to make it back.
That's a good one for knitting. Don't be ashamed to unravel.
Exactly, yeah, that's a great one for knitting.
It's better to unravel early than just go on and on and on.
Yeah.
Especially if you see the mistake and you think, well, I can live with it. And you
and sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't.
After 2 days, you decide, no, I can't live with that anywhere.
Yeah, so yeah, there's no shame in unraveling. But sometimes, people, they notice the mistake when they've done so much, maybe almost even finished it, and then they notice the mistake.
But then I wouldn't unravel.
Then
it depends on what it is.
Yeah. If it's a color work mistake, duplicate stitching can do wonders.
Oh yeah, always.
And if it's not that, sometimes you would be surprised at what you can get away with a wet cloth and an iron.
You can't change the colors, but you can.
Yeah, you can stretch and you can tweak and you can use your iron and you can use your wet cloth. And you can actually iron out any mistake.
But I have no problem turning around. It could be like if we go to a flea market and we do some looking for some good stuff.
Yeah, then you refuse.
Then I have a problem turning around. But normally I have no problem turning around.
But when we do, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but when we did Besegen, that very famous trip that we did, or hike that we did in 2018, you wanted to turn around. I said, no way. No, you never said you wanted to turn around, but you hinted.
I hinted that we could turn around because we had the car parked in the other end where we came from.
Yeah, but I wasn't having any of that.
Because that was a fight against time.
Yeah, but I was very motivated to finish on time and catch the boat because I didn't want to sleep on the floor of a corridor and have 500 kids take my creature comforts from me. So it was okay.
Sometimes it's too late to turn around because then it will be even longer.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can't turn around. You have to turn around in good time. I think in the old days there was also something in the rules about this. You could dig yourself down into the snow in time. That is a removal.
It's the last one, so we'll do that one tomorrow.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say the same.
No, we'll talk about that one tomorrow. Otherwise, it's a spoiler, so we shouldn't spoil.
It means the same, but they have changed it.
They have changed they modernized them actually. That's what we were saying the other day.
You see, I haven't been out for a long time with those rules.
Speaking of turning around, I think the most spectacular example of turning around was when we were doing the Inca Trail. Remember in 2015, we did the Sacred Valley, the Inca Trail. Nice. We walked all the way to Machu Picchu.
And that was through Easter.
And that was through Easter, yes. Yeah. That was our Easter mountain hike. And I do recall that on the first day, a lot of people were being sent back because they couldn't, with the altitude. And they were put on donkeys.
There's some really young ones because they thought they were very sporty, so they walked too fast.
For example,
and then they didn't get enough
oxygen in the blood.
So they almost fainted, so there were people who came they were hanging over a donkey and they carried them down because they were too eager.
And our guide said that it's better they turn around now because if it's on the third day,
this is too. Then you can't go.
Then they have to bring a helicopter maybe or something. So anyway, lots of people turning around, but we did it.
We did it.
High five.
High five.
We did the Inca Trail and then we did Besegen, so we've done 2.
And we didn't have problems because we know how to walk slow.
Yeah.
We know our limits. You have to listen to the breathing. If you start to breathe too hard, it's time to slow down.
Absolutely.
That's the tip of the day.
That's the tip of the day. We do need to find an Easter egg and we do need to give a knitting tip as well.
Yeah, so the knitting tip first. Well, I can do a knitting tip and you can look.
Yeah, but I believe I've just spotted a little a little yellow ribbon sticking.
I said you shouldn't look around when you came into the room.
I didn't. I just saw it now. I saw a yellow ribbon there.
You saw it now. I think the viewers have seen it for a long time.
Yeah, well.
That's why I placed it. Can you see it on the other side? Or maybe not. So you found it.
There it is.
Okay, knitting tip of the day. When you do color work and you're gonna knit 2 together, you always just knit 2 together. But if the first color of the 2 you knit together is part of the pattern, then you should do twisted two together or knit two together in the back loop.
Yeah.
Because then that color will be on top of the second.
Yeah.
So you don't disturb.
And this
the pattern.
particular egg has a lot of pattern on the top where you are decreasing. So there may be a situation where you may need to do it. It's one of the few actually that has that. So
but if you have to do it, we didn't write that in the pattern because that's something you see while you knit.
And you evaluate and you decide yourself. This is egg number 11. We're calling this one spring cleaning because it's, it's all about cleaning, getting out of the old and bringing in the new, fresh, as we do with flowers and all that.
That's all we can think about right now.
Poor Petunia is in trouble. I'm going to put the egg here for a little while so people can enjoy. Oops. There it went. Try again.
And don't be careful with the flowers.
Yeah, we don't want to kill the flowers. There we go. There's the egg, spring cleaning. Yeah. We gave a tip as well.
Yeah. And what more, we have a competition.
We do, yes.
So if you are part of the knit along, if you knit the eggs from these 12 days, you can post them on Instagram and Facebook, and then you should put the hashtag ARNE CARLOS or sit and knit for a bit, and then we will find you. And
it's a random competition, so there will be one winner selected. You can both post on Instagram and Facebook. We will make the first random draw, which will be whether we are going to go on Instagram or Facebook. Once we have that established, which will be random as well, then we will select a random winner. The more you post, the more you are eligible for the prize, because then it's kind of like a lottery. And if you post on both medias, you're even more eligible than if you only post on one.
Yeah.
So I think that people are going to continue to post. It's been lovely seeing what they have posted already. So I can't wait to see the rest.
It's a lot of good knitters out there.
Tons of good knitters.
Yeah. So that would be cool.
That would be cool. And then what remains to be said now is that we'd love it if you subscribe. We'd love it if you subscribed to our channel.
If you have eaten too much.
I have hiccups. Yeah. If you enjoy the content, please engage with it by hitting the like button and giving us a comment or two. And if you turn on your notifications after you have subscribed, you will never miss an episode. So thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow is the last day of our podcast.
And the last egg.
The last egg is going to be revealed, and we are going to kind of tomorrow sum up the entire Easter tradition and talk about something, yeah.
You can plan that.
So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again same time tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. See you.